Welcome back to the IE427 garage, everybody. The start of this video is going to be a little bit different. We are going to be taking SLTHRR N from this shop and moving it down to our other shop. We need to make room for Michael's car that's coming back from paint, so my goal today is to get this car down to the other shop and to continue working on this one until I pick up Michael's Mark III, which is going to be in, what, two more days. So, what we're going to do is cold start. I don't know why guys do it. Perhaps it's to make themselves feel better. But if you're doing a cold start isn't like you bringing back your car from Cars and Coffee, letting it sit for an hour out on the driveway, and then running out, turning the key, and having it idle perfectly. A carbureted car and a true cold start is not going to idle. Even if you have an electric choke on that thing, and if you do have an electric choke on it, it's going to high idle, right? So you're not going to hear the cam because it's going to be idling at 1100 RPMs, maybe a little more. We don't have that problem with SLTHRR N. SLTHRR N's fuel injected, but it acts very much like a carbureted car. The cam in this is so big, the stock Ford computer wouldn't run it. And so we ended up going with an aftermarket ECU from Stinger, which is Mega Squirt or Micro Squirt based. And so it even struggles with the fuel enrichment when you first start it. It just doesn't want to idle. But it will start and run. So, like I said, this will be a true cold start. I mean, it's not cold here. I mean, it's Southern California. It's probably going to be in the 70s some later today. It's probably 50 or so, maybe 60 degrees right now. Here in the shop is air conditioned and heated, but I don't keep it running all night. So it's 64 degrees in the shop right now. So the car hasn't been run. I mean, you guys see this car sitting here for months on end, and it, just like the back of the truck, becomes a catch-all for parts. Somebody asked me on one of the forums if I had some side windows for a coupe, which I dug up, and then they never got back to me, so I have those sitting here. I have the Terminator and the wiring harness booklets for Michael's car sitting here because I've been using them as a reference to go back when I have troubleshooting or I have some wiring that I'm still finishing up, and just little things. My IE427 hat is over there. Car is still covered. Engine is still sitting there on the engine stand. It hasn't moved other than maybe uncovering the car every once in a while to show someone the car underneath. I think the last one here was Jim, and I uncovered the car for him because he hadn't seen the car and wanted to see it in person. So I'm going to be moving the engine stand over a little bit. I'm going to uncover the car. I think I'm going to take the cover with me down to the other shop. I won't be able to cover it today because the side pipes will be hot. But we're going to cold start this thing. We're going to probably let it sit outside and idle for a little while, and then I'm going to take it down to the other shop and then probably finish off the rest of this video with the back wall of the cockpit. I've got everything fit. I just need to drill the holes in the back wall of the chassis, and then after that it'll just be a matter of putting the adhesive and getting the panels all set in place for the final time with rivets. So the next thing you're going to see me do is uncover the car and then open the doors and hopefully get this thing to start. And that's the other thing. It's been sitting so long. I hope it starts. Just kidding. It'll start. And then we're going to take off and go down to the other shop and put this one away for safekeeping for now. So all right, car's uncovered, and I just remembered it's still hooked up to the battery tender. So the battery tender's just sitting back behind the car, and you can see the red light screen. So we should have the battery power to start the thing. I just got it hooked in with an extension cord over there behind the toolbox. So we're gonna move. I mean, can you see the dust on it? Yep, see, you can see the line of dust on it. So the car's been sitting for a while. It's no big deal. So I've got the car cover stored away right now in the passenger seat. I'm going to disconnect the charger. I'm going to get the engine here moved, get the door opened up, and then we'll see if we can't do a start for you guys. Make sure you get all the gracefulness that is me getting in this car. That's not me catching the idle, guys. That's the computer. I haven't touched the accelerator, not even to start it yet. So we're gonna let it sit here for just about 30 seconds, and then we'll start to maneuver it out. All right, everybody, back at the shop. As you can see, we have one empty bay now here in the shop. Haven't even had time to push the engine back in place. I'll get to that in just a moment. And I'm going to continue working on the back panels of the cockpit today, try to get those all in place, and hopefully get the side panels in place as well. The ones on the side X braces, I want to get those in place. So hang with me, let me get some of this stuff put away, and I'll bring you back when I get a little farther along on those panels. I believe that I have shared this little bit of advice before. I don't know what it is with the pop rivets from Factory 5 anymore. In the earlier days, I don't remember rivets ever breaking like this, but whatever. So in this whole back that I've done so far, right at the end, I've got 2 rivets that pulled but then broke off, and so there's really no way to save them with the rivet gun. So the best route with this is just to take the diagonal cutters, cut them both off, take the ball peen hammer, and then just go ahead and tap them flat. Done. Doesn't affect the rivet pull any because it's already done. All it's going to do on the other side, it's mushroomed it in. So tabbing it back in there is just pushing the mandrel, the back side of the mandrel, back out, and it's still in there, so it'll be fine. So tip of the day. All right, everybody, I've kind of painted myself into a corner here. And it's all right because it's near the end of the day. It's starting to get dark outside. You can hear the crickets. But I've got the entire back wall and then the 2 side pieces that make up the back of the cockpit. Everything's installed. I've got a couple pop rivets that I need to install there. I've got the ones on the other side. But you can see as all of this went together that it's nice and clean from the outside now. It's not overlapping where we have the tabs on the outside. So what I'll do tomorrow after the silicone dries is I will take a razor knife and I will carefully trim the excess caulking silicone off of there, and then it'll roll off just with the tip of your finger. So I'll get that all taken care of tomorrow. I was going to put these 2 side panels in here. The problem is that I've got a little bit of squeeze out that I've got clamped right over here in the corner here and in the corner over on the other side. And so if I try to put those 2 pieces in, I'm probably just going to end up getting the silicone, the black silicone, all over myself and all over the chassis. So it just doesn't make any sense to do that. I've got some other things in the shop that I can do here for the last hour or so, one of which is going to be putting away some of the tools and getting rid of all of the rivet stems that are polluting the top of the runways for the lift. So you can see this side's pretty much all done, and you can see I finished the bottom on this side. And the outside here, same thing. We'll just clean up the excess silicone and everything will be good with the world. So I'm going to close out the video here. I don't know what we're going to be doing next time. Michael's car is supposed to come back in the next couple of days. I'm probably going to continue on the 25th anniversary car. So I don't know if I'll show those side panels being installed in the next video or not. We'll see. Till then, do the like, the share, the subscribe, and we'll see you guys all next time. Have a great day.